Ladies and gentlemen, warm welcome and round of applause for Brian Wong.
Hi everybody, how's it
I wanted you to tell our people from digitalandsavvy.com, which is my blog, about the cheat code.
So it was a very simple concept. It was that, as a generation, we want instantly gratifying things, right? And advice that's instantly gratifying is actually a good thing. And so, we could put together a bunch of advice around how you can excel in life in the form of cheat codes, that maybe something cool could happen. So I found myself just getting a lot of the same questions whenever I met other young entrepreneurs. So I said if I put it into a book form, maybe it could be really efficient.
One of the things that you talk about is APB, always be pitching. But you have a catch. You're like, don't pitch your business, pitch yourself.
So this is one of my favorites. So these are essentially, Maha's mentioning all the cheat codes that I was talking about in the book. But these are cheat codes for life. So many of you today, you're going to meet each other. You're going to say, hi, hello, how are you? What do you do? Right? That is I think the worst first question to ask, because first of all, it's a little bit just like, I want to know what you do, not your person. Who's the person behind who is much more important, because guess what persists? Your business will rise and fall, will continue rising, whatever. It's always going to be an entity, but you will last, right? You will persist.
You talk in your book about skills and degrees, that it's more important to have skills than it is to have degrees. Not that degrees are not important, but what are the skills and what skills matter most?
So I know we're in a university campus, so it's good to finish what you started. Just remember, finishing what you, as a generation, we have a bad reputation for just ditching, right? Like if something doesn't work, bye, which is why you have Tinder. You're like, oh, the relationship doesn't work, Tinder. And it's like, we need to finish things. And so school is a big one to finish. So I do advocate that you have a good base and a foundation of knowledge, which is critical. We honestly like to create. That's why I said when I walked up here, everyone here just wants to build. We only want to create. But if you're a useless talker and all you do is yap, 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 and you can't design anything or actually build out what you want to create in your head, that is a critical skill. So many of you maybe are in business or in marketing, and I hear this a lot. Oh, I need a technical co-founder. I don't know how to code. Useless excuse, because today you live in a generation where you have unprecedented access to knowledge, right? You can learn anything online. You have no excuse. So if you don't know...
And it's free.
And it's free. Well, most of it, if you can figure out, you guys know how to do it, is you can learn how to code over the weekend if you wanted to. I mean, not that simple. But yes, you can get your first coding project off the ground. So instead of playing Pokemon Go, you can learn how to code. There's no excuse. So I do not accept excuses anymore around that. So the builder skill is critical. The second, it is the communication and the excitement of the ideas. Your ability to produce and show your idea in a sexy way, to be honest, is a very valuable skill to have. You can have the most amazing idea, and if you can't communicate it, you're useless.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of it is a challenge, and this is why you have to combine those two in yourself as you learn more skills.
You talk about audacity differentiates. What does that mean?
It just means being bold, being ballsy, being crazy. These things catch people's attention. But you have to remember that excitement and energy, for some reason, is so rare, right? You have to understand, people gravitate to people who are energetic. It's just how the world works. But remember that the more differentiated you are, the more indispensable you are. So basically, the more people will need you. The moment you graduate from the school like this or whatever you did, you just look like everyone else. Everyone has the same degree. On paper, you look exactly the same. The number one question is, what else makes you different? Your superpower, to be honest, comes from your obsessions. Think about what you're obsessed with. Now, most obsessions are healthy. Some of them aren't healthy, so think of your healthy obsessions. And this could be anything from cooking, to drawing, to explaining, to debating, to imagining and painting. The reason why those skills reflect your superpowers is because those things lead to something that could actually be applicable to your startup. Remember, some obsessions are healthy, and if you apply that obsessions, that's where your passion comes from. That is also my last point. A lot of us, we get advice, follow your passion, right? And I hate that advice. I actually personally do not like follow your passion, because what do you mean? Like, I wake up in the morning and then, all of a sudden, passion. Like, that doesn't happen that way. Your passion comes from your obsessions. Your obsessions comes from things you naturally spend time on. You start to follow that path, and then things amazing start to happen.
So everybody, thank you so much for being with us today. So I want you guys to check out Brian's book, The Cheat Code. Follow him on Instagram and the hashtag The Cheat Code.
And follow Digital and Savvy.